What up, y'all? It's your boy J-Mo.
My name is David McFadden, a.k.a. DJ Dowdy.
This your boy Vaughn.
This is Carl.
It's your boy Tomo, man, a.k.a. Next Level Tomo, a.k.a. your favorite Cowboys fan, a.k.a. I don't even know why I still root for the Wizards, but I'm a Wizards fan.
This is the #1 Wizards fan, Devin, and you're now watching
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
To Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose with my man Joe. We refuse to lose.
All right, welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. This is our first game day episode, NFL game day episode. We're very excited to do this. Week 3 of the NFL, we got four people joining us today. We're going to talk about a few of the games, not all of them, because you know some of these games ain't going to be that competitive for real. But we're going to host, creator of On the Field podcast, Coach Coombs. What's up, Coach Coombs? How you doing, man?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Next to him, as y'all can see, he was on last week. He was Commanders fan, my guy. We got Mark on the episode. What's up, Mark?
What's going on? What's going on?
Let's get it. Let's get it, right? He was also on last week, representing the Steelers. They took an L, but it's all good. We got my brother, Vaughn. What's good, Javon?
What it do, fellas? Let's get active.
All right, and we got my man. Hopefully, we can recover from our fourth quarter from last week. All right, we got Ravens fan Carl. What's good, Carl?
Hey, the Lions won last week. I don't know what you're talking
about. All right. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that response. All right. So look, all right, Charles. So we go first off. Make sure y'all like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. So personally, so you can come on and watch live with us, because we're gonna be making picks. We're gonna be making predictions, and this video will be useless after the game, so you want to watch it right now, all right? So we're going to talk about, like I said, about 5 games. We're going to get into detail on all 5 games, and we're going to see what these guys on the panel got to say about these games. Use that chat, y'all. We can see all the comments y'all are putting down. What's up, Kevo? All right? What's up, Tomo? Wake up.
Let's
go. All right, so yeah, let's get it. Hold on, what's this guy talking about? Hold on, just let y'all know this revenge game to the Eagles not okay. Already starting it, right? With the Eagles and the Commanders. All right, so yeah, we're gonna kick this thing off, and we're gonna talk about a marquee matchup, y'all. The Bills and the Dolphins. The Bills and the Dolphins. So I know you're talking about college though. All right, so we're gonna. The Dolphins and whatnot. So this first question, all right, it's a marquee matchup, y'all. It's the AFC East. Some of us got the Dolphins winning this division. Some of us got the Bills. The Bills are a favorite. They look like they're unstoppable, but you know the Dolphins. Maybe something clicked last week for them to take all the season. So this first question, let's say we're gonna do this first. Hold on, I'm checking y'all. Hold on. Yeah, okay. This first question. Hold on, I ain't got a thing in front of me. Hold on. All right, here we go. I'm at the wrong thing. All right, who got the wide receiver question? The wide receiver matchup. All right, here we go. Let me pull it up. Y'all forgot what you had? Hold on. All right, here we go. We're going to start off.
Hey, Mark got the wide receiver question.
Yeah, we're going to start with the Dolphins. No, you know what? We're not going to do the Dolphins first, y'all. We're going to do, I think they play Sunday night. All right? Tonight, the 49ers and the Broncos. We're going to start off with that, all right? Mm-hmm. This is also a marquee matchup. I'm very high on the Broncos. You know, as y'all know, before the season, I picked them to make it as a wild card but win the Super Bowl. And the 49ers being the number 2 seed. But a lot of us were high on the 49ers. But Jimmy Garoppolo coming in, Russell Wilson having the early struggle, so it's gonna be a good matchup. So this first question, I'm gonna give it to you, Carl. All right, I'm gonna give it to you. So we just talked about it. You got Jimmy G and you got Russell Wilson. Who had a better match? Who had a better game today, Jimmy G or Russell Wilson?
Well, I'm gonna go with Jimmy G. I'm gonna go with Jimmy G because he's been in his offense longer. He knows the offense. He knows the system. And Russell Wilson so far has looked bad. They look real bad. He went to Seattle, got the Boo Birds, looked bad. went home, played Houston. He got booed at home against Houston. I watched that game. I literally watched the entire game, and it was bad. Like I said early in the offseason, he has good receivers on paper, but Cortland Sutton's the only receiver that's been proven to have over 1,000 yards, I believe. Other than that, nobody's really been proven, and so far, it still looks unproven. The 49ers also has a good defense. They have the better coaching staff. The Broncos coach looks terrible. I mean, I was watching the game, and they were literally yelling the play clock for them because, again, they were getting delayed games and poor clock management. It was just all bad. So I'm gonna go with the better coaches, and I'm gonna go with Jimmy G.
All right, Jimmy G over Russell Wilson. Okay, let's get it. I had a feeling he's gonna go that route though. You know, ever since he got Lamar in our group, he got a beef with Russell Wilson. You know, I had a figure he's gonna go with Jimmy G.
It has nothing to do with that. It looks bad so far. These last, I mean, it's only 2 games, but it honestly looks bad. Because I mean, honestly, I have money on Russell Wilson to throw 35 touchdowns, so I need him to play well.
All right, so this next question, I'm going to you, Javon. All right, so we for this game, Patrick Surtain, PS2 versus Deebo Samuels. Now, PS2 is on the injury report, and but they said he's a go. They said most likely he's a go. He's going to play today. Should be no issues. So who you got winning that matchup, Deebo or PS2?
Before I answer that, I want to say, man, Russell Wilson is playing very bad. And I made a big case about him in that top 10 quarterback list. So he need to get his stuff together. But for me, I think Deebo Samuels is going to win that matchup for the due fact that he's going to have his first full game with Jimmy Garoppolo, back as his quarterback. They've been practicing all week together. You saw last year what he did with him. George Kittle's coming back, gives him another weapon on the offensive end. And you just also spoke about the injury that Patrick Surtain was battling. He hasn't been able to practice fully all week, so I think he's not going to be up to par, ready for Deebo. Deebo's due for a splash game. His first 2 games were subpar at best. So I got Deebo coming out, running, gunning, and doing his thing.
That's good. All right, Deebo won that match. I agree with that. I agree with that with the injuries and that stuff. But PS2 is on the rise, man, to be an elite cornerback if he's not yet. All right, cool. So the next question, we're gonna kick it to you, Coach. All right. So the Broncos, you are high on the Broncos too this year, especially their defense too. All right. So give me the X factor for the Broncos, to beat the 49ers. Just give me an X factor.
Well, so far everything I said about the Broncos are absolutely wrong because defense is not top 10. It's bad. It's not bad. It's average, but they are on the field a lot. I'll give them that excuse because I really don't know what's going on with this Broncos offense. It's bad. How do you have so many drives down the field? You can't have 21 for 30 for 340 and 1 touchdown. You were in the red zone 4 times, and you have no answer in the red zone. That's really bad. I don't know if it's Russell Wilson. I don't know if it's the coach. I like the play calling. Something has to give because somebody's going to get the blame. And for this X factor, I have to pick Russell Wilson. He has to come out and he has to find a way to get his players in the end zone. I don't think he really has. Like I said, his weapons, like that Carl said, on paper were great, but they've hit the field and they've not done much. And they won't feed Javonte Williams. I don't understand what the problem is. They have a good run, 2 running. They have 2 good running. And it's like they can't find a mix to answer the questions on how to win these games on the goal line. Can't even say the red zone. They're on the goal line. They are 3 yards away from the end zone, and they just can't figure it out. They really can't. I don't understand what the problem is. Maybe people need to go back to the old school way and get a fullback. That'd be the X factor, so they can have somebody to block. But it has to be Russell Wilson because he's the leader of this team. This the money they paid him to come over here to play for him to win more than 0 games. He's got to figure it out with his team.
Can I take back real quick? I just wanted to say that against the Seahawks, the Broncos didn't let up any points in the second half, and against the Texans, I think they only gave up 9. So I really want to put it on the Broncos defense.
Right.
Yeah, I think
that's why I did scale back. I did scale back off of them and more so put it on the offense.
Yeah, I think the issue is
on the field a lot. They are on the field a lot.
That is true.
Yeah, the issue is a red zone offense. They can't get the ball in the end zone. Because like
Can't
that
score.
Seahawks game, they were moving the ball, but I don't know. They're just gonna get into the end zone. All right, so we talked about the Broncos. So you got Russ as an X factor. All right, Mark, 49ers. Who is the X factor for the 49ers to win this game?
X factor for the 49ers got to be the quarterback, Jimmy G. He has to have a solid game against like Carl said, their defense is kind of stingy. So you got to have a good game against their defense. So that's what I think the X factor is for that side of the ball. Offense, I mean, on the other side, I do think it's Russell Wilson. He can move the ball down the field, but he can't get it in the end zone. So we got to put the ball in the touchdown. Jimmy G is the X factor for the 49ers. No turnovers.
Let's get no turnovers. Give me G. All right, that's a nickname. All right, cool. So we're gonna move on to the next game. We're gonna talk about your team, Carl. We gotta talk about the Ravens against the Patriots. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna Google and say where the Ravens stand at. And I was gonna pull up to the hotel. You feel me? See if I heard Lamar got a treadmill in his room and all that. Make sure he's ready for the game. Oh yeah, by the way, my man Brian Robinson is doing routes on the field right now. So he'll be back soon after getting shot. Yeah, good for him. I got a notification on that. But let's talk about this game. But Mark, since you ended it, we're gonna keep it with you, all right? So we got a quarterback matchup here too. We got Mac Jones and we got Lamar Jackson. All right, Lamar Jackson, Mac. Both had good games last week, in my opinion. I think Mac Jones had a good manageable game, and Lamar had a great game, I would say. But who do you think? Not who will have a better overall game, but who will have a better passing game today? Mac Jones or Lamar Jackson?
It's a good question. My heart, I want to say Lamar Jackson. In my heart, I really do. But the Patriots defense and let me not even say the Patriots defense, because Mac Jones is going to be going against their secondary, the Ravens secondary, and feel like it's feasting time for some reason. But I think Mac Jones is going to have more passing yards to Lamar Jackson today. Maybe because I feel like the Patriots don't lose 2 in a row, really, and they just won last week. So just because, Lamar Jackson have they might win the ball running the ball, not throwing today. That's why I think Mac Jones will have a more passing yard. I think they'll be down early, so he will have to pass it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I'm pretty sure Carl disagree with that. All right. But all right. So, Cole, we're gonna swing into you. So, both of these defenses, right? Now, the Patriots defense has been playing good for the season, but their opponents, they haven't really played and they played Tua first game of the season, and they played Trubisky. But the Ravens, all right, against that same Tua, didn't look too good in that fourth quarter. But both of these defenses coming to this. Well, the Ravens, we would think how the Ravens, and so right now I think they're worse in the NFL when it comes to yards allowed. And then coming into the season, the Patriots defense wasn't really promising. So who defense that you trust more, the Ravens or the Patriots?
I watched Patriots for a long time, from Brady's rookie season to his start the next year, to his departure, to Josh McDaniels' departure, Matt Prater's departure, Dante Hightower's departure. Everybody gone, okay? But around that time, one thing has stood the same to date. They can't stop a running quarterback, period. Patriots defense, their Achilles heel is a running quarterback. They had to go get Tim Tebow for training camp. They could practice against a running quarterback. So if I have to go with a defense on who I trust, there's one coach I trust more than anything, and that's John Harbaugh, to come into New England and win football games. He's one of the most, him and Mike Tomlin are one of the most consistent coaches that can come into New England and command a win. I understand what the Ravens went through last week, had the lead and kind of coughed it up. But I'll be honest with you, they weren't the only team that did that. I mean, there's a lot of teams that had a commanding lead in that fourth quarter. We're passing the ball 55 times in games now. These corners, they can't stay 4 quarters doing that. This isn't, somebody throwing 28 to 30 times. These guys are throwing 50-plus balls now. This secondary, this is new. I'm sorry. And it's going to take a minute for them to get under the feet to stop that kind of stuff, or they're going to tear their legs up from all that running. But they're not receivers, so they don't have that same mobility. They have a lot of start and stop. And you do that for 4 quarters in the game with a quarterback throwing 50 times consistently and actually completing these passes, you're going to shred the secondary. So I understand what that was last week. A lot of teams went through that in week 2. Half of these defenses are still in preseason form anyway. I think the Ravens will get right back under their feet defensively. And again, the Achilles heel to the Patriots is a running quarterback. And what Lamar did last week showed you, yes, I can still pass and throw. So I'm going to do both of them against the Patriots. And I'm going to go ahead and pick the Ravens defense to play better. That's the one I trust more is the Ravens defense.
All right, Ravens defense. Speaking of secondary, William Jackson III is inactive today. So he's not playing. I just got the notification. All right, so
That's cool.
Yeah, so I think it's an opportunity for them. Terrible lady anyway. All right, cool. So, but that's still a loss though. All right, so let's talk. All right, the next person we're going to bring up, of course, is Javon. Javon. So with this same game, all right, I'm going to ask you about the Patriots. What X factor you have on the Patriots that need to step up to win this game?
I got 2 X factors.
Okay.
When I look at this Ravens secondary, just like Coach alluded to, I think they're going to bounce back and have a better week as far as the cornerbacks. I think the X factor for the Patriots are the 2 tight ends, Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry.
I like that.
I mean, these are the guys that were brought over to really be the guys catching the ball for the quarterback. They didn't sign no big-time receivers, really, because of that. They had to have a 2-headed monster, just like back in the day with Gronk and Hernandez. The Ravens so far, they've given up a touchdown in both games to a tight end. So tight ends have found success against them. So for me, I believe that's the only way that the Patriots really can win this game. I don't see their receivers really doing nothing. So I think Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry both have to step up and have big games for their quarterback.
Awesome. All right, let's get it, man. I like that them too, especially Henry, man. You need to step up. All right, you need to step up. All right, Carl. This your squad, man. Baltimore and Patriots. Who are the X factors for Baltimore?
All right, so my X factor is going to be Rashad Bateman. Had a good game last week against Xavier Howard. I think, we need Rashad Bateman to step up again so Bill Belichick can't load this box. He can't go 8 in the box with a single high safety and dare us to pass the ball because we have Rashad Bateman like, look, I'm here. Y'all going to have to focus on me too, which opens up the box. Now you have double safeties, 2 high safeties. You have a 7-man box and now allow J.K. Dobbins, who's active today, to hopefully have gouging holes. Now that J.K. I'll have 2 because I didn't know J.K. was playing. So J.K. is my other X factor because I watched the play where Justice Hill got an outside run and he cuts that up as a touchdown, but he kept bouncing it outside and he only gets 10 yards as opposed to cutting it up with a lead blocker and scoring. J.K. is not going to make that mistake. J.K. is going to cut that up. His vision is, like I would say, by far the best on the team. So those 2 guys have to step up to take a lot of the pressure off of Lamar. And I feel like if Bateman getting open, making catches, opens up the game for other receivers as well. Opens up the game for Duvernay if he's out of concussion protocol. Opens up the game for Mark Andrews because now you can't just target Mark Andrews. You can't double Mark Andrews. Now you got to look at both of them. And I already explained it opens up the game for the run game. So my X factors are J.K. and Rashad Bateman.
Let's get it. I like that too. Yeah, J.K. just became active last night, so that's good for y'all. It's first time playing in last year and some change, so let's get it. All right, so keep it on you, Carl. We're going to go to the next game. The next game, we got your arch rival at quarterback, the Buffalo Bills, and and then 2 of them. It's going to be like we said, starting the show, AFC East battle. Some of us got the Dolphins winning, some got the Bills winning, and both of them look good so far. So Tua came off a career day last week with 6 TDs, and Josh Allen has been looking incredible since the start of the season. So, Carl, this particular game, who will have a better game, Tua or Josh Allen?
I told y'all in the offseason I believe in Tua. I still believe in Tua. I think Tua's going to have a better game. Besides the fact that I do believe in Tua, the Bills are missing a couple of big pieces on that secondary. They're missing 2 All-Pro safeties in Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. They're missing a rookie cornerback who came in as a rookie 7th round pick and is balling. Dane Jackson, we seen him get carted off the field last Thursday. He came in balling. Now I do think his replacement will be Kyer Elam, who I really like coming out of the University of Florida. So I don't think that's a drop off there, but we haven't seen it, so we don't know yet. They're also missing 2 interior pieces in Jordan Phillips and Ed Oliver. So if the Dolphins O-line can protect Tua, he'll have time to hit them 2 speed demons, hit Tyreek, hit Jalen Waddle, or they'll have enough time so if the play break down, you can't cover them for 3-4 seconds. You got to hope that your line can get there so you don't have to cover them for 4, 5, 6 seconds. You get them 4, 5, 6 seconds, there's definitely going to be a break in the coverage, touchdown. Not to take nothing away from Josh Allen, though, because Josh Allen has been balling this year. Stephon Diggs looks amazing this year so far. Gabe Davis is my breakout player at receiver, but I got to go with Tua.
Let's get it. All right, cool. Tua. All right, I'm getting notifications saying, like, J.K. Dobbins officially active. That's what everybody keeps saying. All right, so that's good. And they saying Drake is out. Drake is inactive. So J.K. might get more carries this year, too. I mean, that's not this year, this game. All right, so let's go to Mark. Same game. We got a wide receiver matchup, a duo against a duo. Gabriel Davis was hurt last week. He's back this week. Kamara is officially active too, y'all, by the way. If you got Kamara in your fantasy, go ahead. You know, if you want to throw him in, be my guest. But yeah, so Gabriel Davis is back. You got him, and I believe so far who's played the best so far, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs has been the best receiver in the NFL so far in the first 2 weeks. So you got Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Tyreek Hill, and Waddle. So which wide receiver matchup do you think will win this battle today? Mark.
Well, yeah, okay. So yeah, this is a good wide receiver matchup. Stephon Diggs is like my favorite receiver in the league. But Tyreek Hill is almost unstoppable because of his speed. So because of that, and what Jalen Waddle has done with taking advantage of people over, playing Tyreek Hill, I feel like they're gonna have a bigger day-to-day, like between them two. I don't trust Tua arm as much as I trust Josh Allen, though. That is the only thing. So it's going to be a lot of yak going on the Miami Dolphins side. I think Josh Allen had probably more air yards, but overall, I believe Tua going to have it because of his 2 receivers.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you and Carl on the same page on this one. Yeah, so he got Tua winning the battle, and you got the receivers winning the battle. So if that actually happens, it will happen. All right, so all right, and Javon, the Bills, right? So he got Tyreek Hill and not torching, but having a good game against the Bills. So who are the X factor? Who is the X factor? Who are the X factors for the Bills to win this game? Oh, you on mute? Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Going off what Mark was saying, my X factor is the reason why Mark said that. It's the Bills secondary. And Carl alluded to it as well. He spoke about the 3 guys that are out. The 2 safeties are the biggest losses, if you ask me, because they were just in command in the whole secondary. But my biggest guy I want to speak on is the one that Carl talked about, Elam. He does run a 4.3, I believe, so he does have some speed on him, but he don't have his hands full today. I mean, he got 2 guys that are just blazing fast, and he doesn't have his 2 captains in the back. And I believe this is his first game starting, so this is going to be a big test for them. And I believe Von Miller, they're going to do their thing, even without the guys in the middle. I think he's still going to do his thing. And I think that secondary is going to be really tested because as you saw against against the Ravens last week, Waddle and Hill, they just did what they wanted to do. So those guys have to step up, play physical, and be ready to run.
Mm-hmm. It's good. I agree. And Carl, I know all week it has been straight slander on the Ravens defense. And I think the reason why, because we know that y'all are a good team. So this is an opportunity to hit you in your gut a few times. You feel me? All right. So we gotta take advantage of it, Carl. So
I slandered myself. I'm right along with y'all.
Yeah. I agree with Kevin in the chat. They won't bounce back. It's only 2 weeks. All right. So, all right, Javon, so the Bills secondary. So, Coach, talk to me about the Dolphins. Give me the X factors for the Dolphins to win this game.
Oh, that's an easy one. Easy one. It's going to have to be the offensive line. It has to be the Dolphins' offensive line. Reason why I say that, when you look at the game last week, the Ravens' defense, again, for 3 quarters, they had them stifled. They only had 14 points. It was just that fourth quarter because everybody's coming up throwing 50 passes now. Again, secondaries are getting worn out early in the season. It's week 2. I'm not worried about stuff like that. But going up against the potential number 1 defense, your offensive line has got to be immaculate. You cannot have holding calls. You can't have a lot of penalties on your offense. Like, you cannot put Tua 2nd and 15, 3rd and 13s. We can't have those. What you have to have is smart football. You might even say another minor X factor could be the running game for the Dolphins. But, again, that Bills defense does not allow rushing. So, again, I'm going to just put it on the offensive line to protect the quarterback, to have as less penalties as they possibly can, to effectively get down the football field. If the offensive line can hold up, they'll be the reason why the Dolphins win this football game.
That's good. I like the answer. The offensive line. Yeah, if they protect Tua, he'll be able to get to the receivers. Yeah, and that defensive line for the Bills has been good so far.
It's
Also,
nasty.
has been great for real.
It's potential number 1.
Yeah, they've been that. You said like, all right, cool. So that's that game. And next game, we got to talk about one of the biggest games of the day: the Commanders versus the Eagles. Man, I don't know how much I'm excited about this game, man. The build up for this is ridiculous. Like, Wentz coming back, like fan Philly. Like, they actually had Ron Rivera on NFL Network talking. I'm like, dang, for real, like about Carson Wentz situation. So it's a big deal in the NFL. So, Javon, we're gonna start with you. All right. So with this game, we got a quarterback matchup. Jalen Hurts been looking good so far this season, right? Looking very poised. You can see the development, see the growth. Carson Wentz, a few turnovers. Stat wise, he's one of the top people in the NFL, kind of like Tua, right? So, Javon, who will win this quarterback matchup today? Carson Wentz or Jalen Hurts?
Go with Hurts.
Okay. Oh, you got to start over. I ain't hear the first part.
Sorry, fellas. I got to go with Hurts.
Right.
And the reason for it is, watching the Eagles so far, they're looking like their defense is playing very well. You can't really throw on them that well. Kirk Cousins didn't find success. We saw Jared Goff. I think he had like 50-something passing yards in the first half. It was terrible. The Washington Commanders, they do have 3 playmakers at receivers. I would say that, but I believe the Philly have playmakers on their defensive secondary that can contain that. Also, I believe Wentz, he's a risk taker and he has to throw the ball a lot. He's not a guy that starts off hot a lot. He has to warm up, it seems like. He has to find a rhythm and then he starts getting hot. And I don't think he can do that against Philly because their offense is just potent. They can run, they can pass, and their quarterback can run. So with all those options, I believe that he has a better chance of having a good game than Wentz. And that's why he will have a good game.
It's good. So Hurts. All right, cool. So Hurts over Wentz. All right, so let's kick this question over to you, Coach. All right. We have another matchup to focus on this game. You got Terry McLaurin against Darius Slay. All right, a top tier cornerback versus a top tier receiver. So who will win this matchup? I know Darius Slay said that Terry McLaurin is outside of Keenan Allen because that's who give him problems every time. It is his toughest matchup. So who's going to win this matchup today? Terry McLaurin or Darius Slay?
I'm going to give it to Darius Slay. I'm going to give that matchup to Darius Slay. And here's why I say that. That defense, again, I've been saying it for a while, is really good. That Eagles defense is really, really, really good. And they're progressing each game. I like Terry McLaurin. I really do. But I swear that's all they got. And there's nothing else there. I'm not really going to sit here and say Carson Wentz and Terry McLaurin are just going to single-handedly shred the Eagles defense. No, you know why? because Justin Jefferson, who was rated the best wide receiver in the league, he got his ass dusted by Darius Slay in that Eagles defense. It got to the point it's almost like either the defense was forcing Kirk Cousins to keep forcing it to Jefferson, or he was just blinded from beating just what they were doing defensively and just had no choice but to keep throwing it to Jefferson and get it picked off. I don't know what that crap was. He was delusional after a while. I don't know what they did to him, but this ain't the first time they've done this to a quarterback. They're 2-0 for a reason. That defense, I'm sorry, they I don't know if anybody's ever paying attention to. Don't they play a lot of man? I know they have some coverages, but it seems like they're literally lining up and matching well with whoever they put somebody on. You know, it's man defense to me. When you can run that as a team and just play coverage, just here and there, you're a really unstoppable defense. So I think Darius Slay might have another two picks against Wentz today.
All right. You said 2 picks? Let's get it. All right, cool. Awesome. I'm loving this. All right. So, look, we're gonna go to you, Carl. So, the Eagles, give me the X factors for the Eagles to win this game.
All right. So, my X factor to answer your question to me is Devontae Smith. I think Devontae Smith, just like last week, if he can get 50, 60 yards, get a couple catches early, get the pressure off A.J. Brown, to where they can't double A.J. Brown. I think that opens up a lot for the Eagles offense like it did last week in the first half. It opens up more running lanes. Same thing with Bateman and the Ravens. You can't double one receiver. You can't load the box. And the Eagles have the number 1 rushing offense. So if you can't load the box against that offense, it spells trouble. Also, the Washington Commanders secondary has been bad the first 2 games. So, yeah, it just spells trouble if Devontae Smith can get going early. I wanted to piggyback real quick because y'all know Slay's my favorite cornerback in the league, been my favorite corner in the league for years. Slay should have about 4-5 picks. He's dropped about 3 of them. 2, I believe he dropped against the Vikings, and he dropped 1 against Jared Goff. Slay has been playing at an exceptionally high level still. He's been doing it since he came to the league, 2014? And he just, man, look, I can go on and on about Slay because I really watch cornerback play, but he's really good. The thing is, though, I don't think they'll have him travel. And so the Commanders might move to the corner around so Slay won't be on him as much. But, yeah, my X factor is Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I believe that too. I don't think he's going to travel and follow Perry because we got, more than one weapon on that field. So I don't think he's going to travel.
I want to piggyback on Carl. I did like what the Eagles, because they didn't do it a lot in week 1. I do like what they did last week. Like he said, they got Devontae Smith. Like, they got him involved real early. And what was best about it, he didn't drop anything. He was moving the ball for them. Because if you notice throughout the rest of the game, where was A.J. Brown every time he caught the ball? In the middle of the field, every single time, wide open.
Is that RPO? Play action pass game with Jalen Hurts. Defense biting into that rushing attack. All right, so it's kicking to the Commanders. Let's get some pauses to the Commander side. All right. All right. So Mark, Commanders. Who is the X factor for the Commanders for them to win this game against the Eagles?
X factor. I was ready for this. It's like that, but no, the X factor gonna be Antonio Gibson. It's definitely gonna be the running back. I do think Slay is a good corner, but Terry McLaurin should have if Carson Wentz actually throws him the ball, he should have a good day. Terry McLaurin should, because in the past matchups, if you're watching the games, Terry McLaurin does get open all the time against. Well, I can say all the time. He gets open a lot of the time against Darius Slay, but the ball isn't passed correctly, or he just don't throw it. But it happens a lot. So I'm ready for these matchups. But Antonio Gibson running the ball, I'm saying at least 16, 17 carries. J.D. McKissick also. So it's basically going to be our run game going to be the X factor. It's going to be the backfield between J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson. They have a good day, we're going to win this game, because it's going to be the short passes that's going to get us the yak. So J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson going to be our X factor. So.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That actually works. That'd be good. Do y'all know that Commanders lead the NFL in the most explosive plays? I don't know if you know that, but they lead the NFL though in the most explosive plays. All right, so they can make big plays. If that short game is on, hey, over the top, over the top of their head. All right, so we're gonna go to our last game, y'all. And in the worldly media, this is the game of the week: the Packers and the Bucks. All right, everybody's, I know we haven't really talked much about it, but I know in the world, this is like the matchup. You got Tom Brady against Aaron Rodgers. All right, so you can't ignore that. We got to talk about this. So we're gonna start this question. Keep it with you at Mark. So, like I said, two marquee quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Both of them receiving cores are different coming into the season, and not season coming into this game because Brady still has weapons. They just not on the field, and we all know about Aaron Rodgers. So, a lot of people say it would be a defensive affair. So with these quarterbacks, it's crazy. So, Mark, which quarterback will have a better game, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
I am going to go Tom Brady. Nothing wrong with Aaron Rodgers receivers. Well, I just don't think they're going to hit this early in the season. I feel like around after week 5, week 6, that's when the Packers really going to take off. I feel like Brady won the first matchup though. They play again in the playoffs, but I do think Brady won the first matchup.
All right. Okay. So, me too. I believe I'm with you on that too. I agree with that. I think Tom Brady will have a better game too today. Like, remember what happened last time they played? Aaron Rodgers played bad. They had to put that pressure on them and everything. So, all right, we're going to kick it to you, Carl. So, both of these quarterbacks, like I said, like you said before the show, like they got the as far as the betting under 200, you said, I think, right? You said something like that. But they don't expect a lot of passing yards this game. So the rushing attack might be relied on a lot in this game. So which rushing attack? Sorry, who will have a better game? The Bucks rush defense, which is top tier, or the Packers rushing attack offensively?
All right, so is it the Packers rushing attack or is the Packers pass rush?
It was a rushing attack. It was a rushing attack.
Oh, okay. So then if that's the case, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers rush. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers rush defense because, like you said, that rush defense is top tier. I think that run defense can have success against almost every team, and the only team I think it won't be successful against is maybe the Browns. And maybe the Lions too, because the Lions have a really good offensive line. But that run defense is serious. They take the run game completely out of the game for most folks' game plan, which forces teams to throw the ball, which forces more opportunities for turnovers. Like as a defensive player, I don't know if anybody played defense in football. Your DB coaches always tell you when somebody throw the ball, 2 to 3 things go your way, either incomplete or interception. One thing that only goes the way of the offense is a completed pass. So with those odds, it makes teams have to, run. I don't want to say run into the game, but like I said, it puts the ball more in harm's way. So I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers running defense.
All right, cool. All right, let's get it. So Javon, let's go to you. Give me the X factor for the Packers to win this game.
Carl said, I agree that rush defense is top tier. So with that being said, my X factors are Lazard and Tanya. Aaron Rodgers, 2 receivers or tight end receivers, the 2 guys that he had the most. I mean, he got all rookies on his team, and these guys that's been on his team that he's most familiar with. And the fact that they not probably going to be able to run the ball as much, they do get their halfbacks involved a lot in the passing game, which I think is going to work today. But they're going to need their receiver, Lazard, and also Tanya to make some plays as well. Because I don't know what Tanya been out. I mean, anybody seen him? I had him on my fantasy, and I just dropped him, and I don't even got a tight end right there. I'd rather just have no tight end than have him. That's how bad he's been. And it sucks because he's literally the only he's the guy that I thought was gonna ball because he's a familiar face. But they're gonna have to step up today because, like you guys said, that Bucks defense, especially that run defense, is legit. And for them to win, Aaron Jones and those guys ain't gonna be able to run. So Lazard and Tanya need to step up, make some plays for their quarterback.
Yeah, Tanya played good last year, and then he got hurt last year. I remember that, but he's playing really good. But you are a no-show so far. And he's definitely needed in the Packers organization. And then, Coach,
Catch a
to you.
touchdown.
Say it again.
My bad. Lazard did catch a touchdown last week, so maybe he can build off
Oh
that.
yeah, he did it. He did it.
He didn't play week one either though. So yeah.
He did a drug celebration, right? When he scored the little. All right. So, Coach, we're gonna kick this to you. Give me the X factor for the Bucks to win this game.
Well, I agree. I think Lazard might have a decent game today. One thing the Bucks defense will let you do is pass the ball. They play a cover 2D. They don't really blitz too much because they have a mean front seven, but that back end they're gonna let you pass until you get closer to that red zone. They get a little stingy and hold you to a field goal. So with that being said, the X factor for them to win this game, because that offense for the Bucks is completely atrocious, it's gonna have to be this defense completely. Like they're gonna have to play rifling football, and they're gonna have to probably be the ones to score for them to win this game as well. They may have to score on defense for them to pull out this win in this game. If they get too friendly on defense and allow Aaron Rodgers to throw at least 2 touchdowns, they can lose this game. They're going to have to hold him to 1 touchdown, period. Even if they allow a rushing touchdown, that's fine. It might just be one of those pass interference. Now they're on the goal line. Aaron Jones runs one in, but they won't let the run game go off. So what they have to do, they do have to hold Aaron Rodgers to at least 1 touchdown. But if they can do that defensively, they'll be fine and they'll be able to win this game. But the X factor will be the Bucs defense.
Okay. I hope that Aaron Jones situation works out. He's on my fantasy, so I need all the touchdowns I can get on my fantasy.
Hope it don't.
Yeah, I got money on Aaron Rodgers. My touchdowns, Coach. You're killing me. That's why I got money on Aaron Rodgers to throw 35 touchdowns this year. You killing me.
All right. So, that's all the games right there. Now we're gonna make our picks. All right, gonna make our picks. Well, before we do our picks, right? We got a few questions we're gonna talk about. All right. So, the first one, we can kick this off. Let's say we can kick this off to you, Javon. All right. So, we're gonna kick out to Mark. Mark ain't talking a while. He started the last segment. So it's gonna be the coaches, right? So, like, there have been some coaches on the hot seat already. All right, just a name, the Panthers coach is on the hot seat. The Broncos, they've been talking about him. He's a brand new coach, but have new ownership. So it's some coaches on the hot seat already early in the season. So Mark, after this week, who do you think? Which I say quarterback or coach? Coach. Which coach will be in the hottest seat after week 3?
Depending, it's probably surprised a lot of people, but depending on the win or the loss, I do think some defensive coordinators will be on the hot seat.
Okay.
If depending on how this game goes against the Eagles, I think Del Rio will be on the hot seat actually if the Eagles have their way with Washington. Because it's not the players. It's got to be the coaching, man. It's got to be in better position to make plays. And if everybody making bonehead plays, some people don't need to play, and that's on you because you're not substituting the right people at the right moment.
Exactly.
So I think Del Rio probably gonna have the hottest seat as a defensive coordinator if they lose this game and the defense looks atrocious.
Can I piggyback off that real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel what you're saying, but and this is a college example, but a lot of people were calling for Dan Mullen last year at Florida because he wouldn't play Anthony Richardson at quarterback, and he stuck with Emory Jones, and that ultimately got him fired. And now Anthony Richardson is playing, and everybody's like confused on why he looks is bad. So it might be a reason. Like players might be in the game making both hand plays, but he's probably looking at his backup like, I can't put you in. You're gonna make worse plays than them. So that's the way to look at it.
Yeah. See, when it's an ongoing problem for a while, you gotta address the coaching. It's like, because it's been going on for a while now. It's like, all right, man, like you called out one of the players.
And William Jackson out today. I think the corner step. I don't know which cornerback actually gonna replace him. I don't know if they're gonna like bring in like Danny Johnson or one of the old cornerbacks, but there's some solid corners not like big name corners, but some solid corners that can actually play his position. And if they do a better job than William Jackson does, we'll see who actually out and who not out. So it's gonna be.
Good.
I'm looking forward to 1:00.
I know, right? Time is ticking. Less than almost an hour away. All right, Carl, let's go to you. Which coach you think will be in the hot seat?
All right, so we're not including the Panthers coach because that was my pick, Matt Rule.
No, yeah, you good. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, my pick was Matt Rule for the Panthers. He was brought in as a college coach because he turned around, I think, University of Temple, and he turned around University of Baylor. They thought that he is the guy to turn around programs. Baylor won the Big 12 championship recently off of what Matt Rule had in place for the foundation for them, and he helped turn them around through the huge sexual assault scandal at Baylor that was a couple years ago. Helped turn that around. Boom. Panthers bring them in expecting the same thing. Panthers has not been good. Yeah, they had the 3-0 start last year, but they beat up on pretty inferior teams. There's no progression. They still can't even find a quarterback yet. It's been years since they got a quarterback. McCaffrey's in and out the lineup. You really haven't, he's in and out the lineup. You really haven't found a guy where you can like lean on to be as close to the level as McCaffrey. It's just bad in Carolina. I think they need to actually go with an NFL coach. I think Matt Rule is more of a college guy. So I think his seat will probably be the hottest if they lose against the Saints.
Yeah, my thing is if you're a college coach, he has to have a quarterback. That's how I look at it. Like he don't have his guy, but somebody got to get the blame, right? So Matt Rule, the leader. So hot seat. Javon, talk to me. Who on the hot seat?
Man, Frank Reich. I mean, these guys, the coach have a team, man. They got the best running back in the league. Sorry, King Henry. He was the guy, but I think Jonathan Taylor is now the guy. You are. It could be 1A, 1B, however you guys see it. But you got a great offensive line. You don't have too many great wide receivers, but Pittman is an excellent tall guy. He can make catches, make plays downfield. I believe they have a decent tight end, Mo Alley Cox. He can make some plays. They just can't get it done. I mean, last year against the Jags, people are going to say Carson Wentz blew it. But if you watch that whole game, that whole team was just playing bad. They look unprepared to play a football game. So that's coaching. And when you're a good defensive team, they was a good defensive team. They have a defensive stars, a decent offensive team with the best running back in the league, most unstoppable force in the league, big play machine, and you can't get it done. That's coaching, man. They 0-2 right now, and I believe if they go 0-3, people are gonna start talking more about his name.
They
0-1, yeah.
You're right. I forgot they did do that. That's even worse.
That's true though.
Sure is.
Yeah, so it helps your record, but it just look bad.
Yeah, they 0-1 against the bottom feeders of their division too. Well, quote unquote bottom
they
feeders.
did that because ain't nobody in their division win again. I forgot. Yeah, okay. That was so trash.
Yeah. All right, Javon. Good. That's a good one. All right. I thought he would be on a hot seat. After this. What's the name? Well, I'm gonna get to my answer. All right. Let's go to you, Coach.
Well, first I'm gonna answer Tomo. Cardinals coach is safe because they paid that little boy all that money. He gonna get every blame every time they lose. Cardinals coach, they saved the Cardinals coach with that paycheck. That's what they did. He's fine, but no, it's gonna be Frank Reich. I mean, you have the best running back in the league. The best running back in the league. You have a top 5 defense. Okay. A top 5 defense, the best running back in the league. Matt Ryan is no slum. I'm sorry. He had all that time in Atlanta, right? I get it. Atlanta wasn't winning a lot of football games, but why? Their defense was trash. Not Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is putting up 30-something points with all the people that he got. You give Matt Ryan a weapon, he's going to expose your defense, okay? That's just what he's always done. He did it with Roddy White. He did it with Julio Jones. He did it with Calvin Ridley. I mean, the dude can play with a receiver. He's shown that, and he can put up points. How does he come over to the Colts and he looked like Carson Wentz did last year? His first 2 games, he looked like Carson Wentz did all season last year. It's hard. It's the coach, man. He's got to go. And I think if the Chiefs literally beat their ass, he might actually get fired.
All right.
Disrespect.
Yeah, Yeah, all right, it's good. All right,
Where they
yeah.
been paying the disrespect?
The disrespect.
See, like my pick also, it's gonna be the Panthers. But for me, I think it should be the coach. But Jim Irsay said he loved this dude. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna put him on a hot seat. So that's why I'm not picking the coach. I'm not picking him. But I think it's gonna be the Panthers too, though. Like everything for Carl. The reason for Carl said, like, I mean, they started off good. They've been terrible since. He came into the season on a hot seat. They went and got Baker Mayfield. They got 2 quarterbacks they playing on the roster. You know, and neither one of them, he's not making it work with neither one of them. Because when they went and got dude from last year, they threw a party. Remember? They threw like
Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold. They threw like a party or something like that when he got traded. I remember they were celebrating. So, and it would be a different thing if they came to the team and it was no high hopes. It's high hopes both times they came to the team and it's not working out. So, I think that Matt Rule, like you said, he might get kicked back to college football after the season or midway through the season.
Take that Nebraska job.
Yeah. So. All right, cool.
Be turned around.
Yeah, all right. You said he turned around 2 schools. He said Matt Rule.
Taylor.
Yeah, he needed. Yeah. So, all right. So the next thing we're gonna talk about, we're gonna make our bold predictions. All right. So we're gonna kick it off. I want to start with you, Javon. All right. So Javon, give me your bold prediction for the week for this weekend.
This is, but Marcus Mariota, gonna have the most touchdowns this week at quarterback. I don't know quarterback.
That's bold.
He's
You don't know how bold that is. That's bold.
Right in the all caps, Carl. Mariota, most touchdowns. Maybe, hey, yo, I'm gonna confess though, y'all. Maybe this is my bold prediction because I got him on my fantasy. I got no quarterback, y'all.
It'll blind you every time.
Mariota for 4 touchdowns. Let's get it.
I got on my fantasy. That's funny. They play the Seahawks, so it's definitely doable.
Hey, Tarek Woolen and Michael Jackson not bad though. They didn't give up any touchdowns to the 49ers or the Broncos.
What?
Didn't the 49ers get a fumble or something like that? Touchdown?
They also got a pass touchdown too though with
But that's one.
Yeah, but that's Jimmy G too, so I'm not even. Well, we talking about Marcus Mariota. So, all right. So let's go to you, Carl. Since you said something, let's go to you. Give me a bold prediction.
I ain't got really a bold prediction, but it's a homer pick like Javon. Lions beat the Vikings today. Go 2-1, first place in the division. Probably for the first time in a long time. I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'm gonna take a picture. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but Lions get the W today in Minnesota.
Wow! So if your bold prediction, they'll be number 1 in the division after today. That's a bold prediction. That's good. Who would have thought that after week 3, they'll be the number 1 team in the division? Okay, that's good. All right, let's go to you, Mark. Mark, give me your bold prediction.
I'm bold predicting something like Javon's, but I say it's on the Giants-Cowboys game. I think Daniel Jones had 4 touchdowns this game. Against the Cowboys defense. I do believe. I think the Giants won that game anyway. So I think Daniel Jones have a big game against Dallas.
Okay, that's bold right there. Michael Parsons talking about some flu games. So, and Lawrence Taylor gonna be there too. so he's gonna go crazy. All right, so let's go to you, Coach. Give me your bold prediction.
I had a weak one that I was gonna go with, but I changed it. The weak one was because it was a iffy. If Herbert plays or not today, I was gonna have the Jags winning. If they win, they were gonna have they'll keep the lead in that weak division. But now I got a better one. I think the Saints are gonna have 4 picks against Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, that is bold.
4 picks against Baker Mayfield. Dang. Hey,
you saw what that defense did to Brady?
Yeah.
That defense that Saints defense is nasty now. They are really good. And Baker Mayfield is not.
That defense.
You said what, Javon?
Mariota had 2 touchdowns against that Saints defense. Hey, man, he might get full against some Seattle. I'm just saying.
It's true. They was moving the rock again.
Yeah. I can't put that on. I can't say Baker doing that. No, he ain't done it yet.
Right.
No, I feel you.
He been there 2 weeks and ain't done much.
Yeah, I got Baker messed up, man. Look, let Baker Baker had to get his feet wet.
Oh my God.
You take him over there and watch
Can't
him.
give out.
Let me stop.
All right, look, my bold prediction. I don't know how bold this is, but since Kevin said something the other day, I got us scoring 20 points in the first half.
First half.
I got the Commanders scoring over 20 points in the first half. That's
Oh,
my
in the
bold
first
prediction.
half. Oh,
In the first half, y'all.
First
In the
half.
first half. That's my bold
like
prediction
that.
right there.
That's a
I
good
like that.
prediction. I
That's
like
bold.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go to our last one, the upset of the week. All right, let's kick it over to you, Mark. Who's your upset pick?
My upset pick of the week is going to surprise a lot of people, but I think it's going to be the Colts beating Kansas City. You can say what you want about the Colts, but the last 5 out of 7 meetings, the Colts had their number. So I mean, it's not even about the players anymore. It's like when the teams play each other, it's just like I don't know. It's like they got their number. So I'm going. That's my big upset of the week.
All right, Colts beating the Chiefs. All right, let's go to you, Javon. Who your upset pick? You
Muted.
go ahead. It's like every time you stop talking, we can't hear you.
I'll slow my greatness down. That's all. The thing is, it's the Jets gonna beat the Bengals. I know the Bengals 0-2 and the Jets 1-1, but I think the Bengals last year was a good year, but I don't think they're gonna repeat. So they're gonna keep being in this slump and be 0-3.
Is it really an upset when Joe Flacco starting?
I'm already upset because he started. If you ask me,
You should be upset he's not in the Steelers.
Oh! That's funny. He said, I don't say that he's starting. All right, so let's go to you, Carl. Who your upset pick?
All right, so I guess my upset pick would be the Lions against the Vikings. I
Yeah.
guess my upset goes with my bold prediction. Lions have a great run game. They put up 150. I think DeAndre Swift had like 130 on his own against the Eagles. Eagles' run defense is actually stingy. As you saw, Dalvin Cook only had 15 yards. So they can run the ball. Amon-Ra St. Brown is looking like a man possessed so far. He's looking really good. And the Lions blitz. They blitz all night, and they are going to blitz that statue that is called Kirk Cousins. So give me the Lions.
Mm-hmm. All right, Lions over Vikings. They all gonna blitz though. They blitz more than anybody else in the NFL. Golly. All right, Coach. Who your upset pick?
I'm gonna change that pick. Damn. My upset is gonna be since I did make this change, it's gonna be Dolphins over the Bills. And that secondary, I don't have no faith right now in the second, just because they're injured right now. When they get everything healthy or get the new guys under their feet, I think the Bills will, they'll be right back on track. Taking a loss to Miami ain't a big deal for them right now anyway. But seeing as everybody doesn't have us winning, I'm taking the Dolphins as the upset.
It's crazy because I don't have an upset. I do. I don't think it's an upset though, but this is the closest thing to an upset. Cardinals over the Rams.
Upset the Chargers.
That's an upset. That's an upset.
Upset. Cardinals over Rams. The upset.
Yeah.
All right.
That's an upset. Everybody got the Rams winning.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, they both playoff teams.
They're not looking good. Both of them aren't looking as good as they should be. So.
Ravens over New England is an upset.
Look, can I say something about that real quick? Because last time we played the Ravens in New England, it looked like Bill Belichick could control the weather. Y'all remember how rainy that game was? And
control the weather.
Stopped raining. Like literally, the clock said 000 and the rain literally stopped.
You got to switch. You got to switch over there. All right, y'all. So that's that. So all right, now let's go over our picks and we're gonna wrap this thing up. So Eagles over Commanders is my upset for Joe. All right, I will be upset. All right, but all right, let's go over these games. All right, so the order is gonna be, I'm gonna go first, then Coach, Mark, Javon, Carl. All right, like how the screen is. So I'm gonna go first. So Raiders versus Titans. I'm going with Raiders. I got the Raiders. What about you, Coach?
Raiders.
Mark.
I have the Raiders.
Raiders.
I think you said Raiders, but I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
the Raiders too.
Raiders.
Clean sweep. We all going with the
Clean
Raiders.
sweep. All right, clean sweep. Chiefs or Colts? I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I had the Chiefs, but like some
Oh,
upset, so I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs.
Oh, right. When the Colts are upset?
Yeah, that is an upset. So I got the Colts. I'm sorry, I got the Colts. This is the upset of the week. I'm just saying, like I wouldn't be surprised.
He upset. He got the Colts.
I got the Colts this game.
Hey, all right, Javon, who you got?
I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Carl, stay there. I don't know what happened to him. All right, let's move on. All right, Bills, Dolphins. I got this one a tough one. All right, I go to my book. Hold on. Bills, Dolphins. I got where the Dolphins at? There we go. I got the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Javon. Dolphins. All right, Mark. Dolphins. Clean sweep again? Dang. Carl says his laptop died. All right. So the next one we got, he back. Let's get it. That was fast. Dang. All right, Carl, Chiefs or Colts?
Chiefs, Mahomes and Andy Reid. Never bet against them.
All right. Bills, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
All right. It's clean sweep. All right, everybody pick the Dolphins?
Well, I picked them to win the division, so
I made my
big step in
too.
doing that.
That's a big one.
Dang. All right. So far we've been sweeping except for the Colts and the Chiefs. All right. Lions versus Vikings. I got the Vikings. Coach.
Dalvin Cook better have an outstanding game, man. I'm going with the Vikings, man. It's all on him. He gotta have an outstanding game, man. Jeez.
All right.
I'm going with the Vikings. Just because Kirk Cousins only played bad on primetime games. This ain't primetime.
Right.
Facts though. All right. You going with the Lions? Okay.
We blitz all night, baby. We going with the Lions.
And Javon, I want to know, like your first words are not coming out.
You gotta say a sentence before you answer.
I'm gonna take a second, then I'm gonna speak.
Yeah, all right, cool. All right, Drew. All right.
All
right. You know what? Let me start with. I should start with. Well, it don't really matter because I'm gonna be
Just
talking.
say some filler words. Just say some BS and then start. Then say
I'm gonna say something about the Ravens.
That's all you heard.
Nobody gonna hear it.
It does no point. Javon said it. I'm gonna talk about the Ravens. All right. So look, the next game, all the Ravens. Ravens or Patriots? I got the Ravens. Coach is Ravens or Patriots?
Ravens.
I got the Ravens.
Ravens. All right.
I don't like this. We going with the Ravens. God damn. Oh.
Wow. So everybody going the Ravens again. Clean sweep. All right. We should have had Mark do the lone wolf with the Colts.
That made me feel. Oh man.
All right. So next we got the Bengals and the Jets. I got the Bengals. Coach.
Bengals.
Okay.
Bengals. Got the Bengals too.
Jets.
There we go. The third time we heard you.
Love you, Joe Flacco, but I'm going with the Bengals.
All right. Eagles or Commanders? All right. So I'm gonna stick with my preseason pick. I'm gonna say the Eagles.
Eagles.
Commanders. Hands down. What?
I think I'm gonna go with the.
You know what? Mark? I'm not picking against my team. I'm tripping. I'm going with the Commanders. I'm not going against my team. I can't watch this game saying like I want the Eagles. Nah, I'm going with the Commanders. I'm willing to take. Listen, we lose 10 games. I'm willing to take 10 L's in the season. All right, on Commanders. Sorry, Javon. Go ahead.
You can pick logically and still go against your pick and root for your team.
I was gonna say that.
It's okay.
This is the only time I'm gonna be logical.
Like you could be happy you was wrong. You could just be happy you was wrong.
Exactly. I was wrong, y'all. I thought my team was gonna do that, but they did that.
I did it with the Chiefs and Ravens last year.
But I'm gonna go with you too, Joe. I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
Let's go.
Well,
Hey.
Whoa. Let's go.
I'm going with
Let's
the
go. All right, so Saints versus Panthers. I got the Saints. No, I actually got the Panthers. Sorry, I got the Panthers. That's been my upset for real. I got the Panthers.
Baker Mayfield on a big game.
That would have been a good upset. I got the Saints.
Yeah, the Panthers win this game. Yeah.
I got the Saints winning this too, though. Michael Thomas. Same.
I got the Saints.
I got the Saints. Yeah.
Saints. All right, cool. Woo! Say no. Lone Wolf. All right. I'm the only one to pick the Panthers. All right, so we got Jaguars, Chargers.
I don't know if Justin Herbert playing or not.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, we don't know we playing. It's a game time decision.
I got Jaguars.
Is that a
it's
4 or
real
1
tough
o'clock
one.
game?
I have the Chargers
It's up.
winning.
They playing LA, so it's probably 4:00.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4:00 game. Yeah, it sucks. I'm gonna go with the Chargers only because I had them as my pick prior to this news, so I'm gonna just stick with them.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I picked the Chargers at first because I didn't know Justin Herbert wasn't playing. I don't think he's playing because of his rib, so they can't afford to lose him for the season, so they should sit him early, but he can always come back. So I think he don't play this game, so I'm going with the Jaguars.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna do the same thing. If Herbert doesn't play, I'm going with the Jags.
if you got Justin Herbert in your fantasy, I'm sorry, man. He played at 4:00 too, so you got.
Yeah, no, for real, you gotta hold up.
I went ahead. I already went ahead and put in Kirk Cousins.
Right now.
I already went ahead and put in Kirk Cousins.
That's crazy. All right, Rams versus Cardinals. Rams versus Cardinals. Huh? Oh, you didn't pick? Sorry.
Me and Javon.
My bad. Go ahead, Javon.
Don't forget about the bottom row. Who the Chargers backup quarterback?
Chase Daniels.
Chase, yeah.
Chase
Daniels.
Oh yeah, Chase Journeyman Daniels.
I'm gonna go with the
Chase
Chargers.
Rich
With or
Daniels.
without Herbert.
Yeah. I think with Chase they can still win too.
All right,
I think that defense going treat what's his name, Trevor Lawrence bad. But go ahead, Carl.
I'm going Jags if Justin Herbert don't play, Justin Herbert plays, I'm going Chargers.
Josh, all right. Jags. All right, so let's go to the next game. Rams Cardinals. I got the Cardinals. Coach.
I'm going with the Rams.
I got the Rams winning as well. Yeah. Rams.
The Rams too.
Let's go, Maddie. Got the Rams.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Okay. All right. And then, all right, Falcons, Seahawks. Falcons, Seahawks. Who did I even pick for this game? All right, this game right here. I got both of these teams being terrible this year. All right, I got the Falcons winning this game. It's gonna be one of their 3 wins. One of their 3 wins of the year.
Have the Seahawks win.
Seahawks.
I got the Falcons right now. Game. Got a Falcons on this one. Yeah.
4 touchdowns.
And I'm leaving coaches the lone wolf. I'm going Falcons.
All right, it's good. All right, so Packers and Buccaneers. So I got the Bucks winning. Going 3-0.
Buccaneers. I got Tom Brady. Tom terrific.
Picking A-Rod, Packers.
I thought I was gonna have my lone wolf moment. Give me the Packers.
All right, cool. So 2 Packers, 3 Bucks. All right, 49ers versus the Broncos. I got the 49ers.
49ers.
Broncos.
49ers.
Lone Wolf, Mark. All right, and then lastly, we're gonna pick the Monday night game. All right, Giants versus the Cowboys. I know I didn't tell y'all to do this, but Cowboys versus the Giants. I got the Cowboys winning.
Giants. I like that defense.
I really like the Giants defense. I got the Giants.
That's too.
Giants got Wink Martindale. Give me the Giants.
Okay, let's get it. All right, y'all. So let's get some last words in. I know the games are coming on 40 minutes to be exact. So we're gonna start with you, Coach, Mark, Vaughn, and Carl. And Coach, talk about your podcast also.
All right, yep. So first I'll talk about the podcast on Spotify on the field. So we're gonna stick with the same 2 episodes. I'm hoping to move over to YouTube so I can do them at least live, but we're gonna stick with the picks and the recap episode only because I'm going to school here soon, so I gotta use up the rest of that time until I get my degree, so I can start actually coaching on the football field here soon.
Let's get it.
So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Other than that, I am so far down and losing to Joe in fantasy, so I'm hoping I'm not punishment number 2. But I love this fantasy league, and I hope that we can do like a live thing one day soon.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. All right, Mark.
Yeah, man. It is wonderful being on here, man, talking football and everything with y'all. I gotta get my stuff out the dryer. It's like, nah, go ahead. Football about to kick off, man. 1 o'clock. We're ready for the Eagles, man. Let's go, Commanders. Let's go.
Let's go. Javon.
Enjoy y'all football Sunday. You know, my team already lost on Thursday, so hopefully y'all team can get y'all some dubs. Except for Carl, I hope your team lose too. But you know, I appreciate talking this sports with y'all, man. As always, looking forward to seeing how everybody everybody predictions, and you know, looking forward to the next round.
Let's go. Carl.
All right, so shout out the Steelers for costing me money. As always, I appreciate you having me on the show. It's always fun talking football. Go Ravens. Let's go, Lamar. Keep balling, get this MVP so we can pay you.
Hashtag pay Lamar.
Everybody, I know we all degenerates.
Hashtag pay Lamar.
Y'all parlays.
Hashtag pay Lamar.
Hashtag what?
He said pay Lamar. Hashtag pay Lamar and hashtag free Kenny Pickett. That's funny.
Lamar. I'm like, oh, good.
Oh no, free Lamar.
Free Lamar. Like, get him out of there. Like,
hey, that goes funny. Go crazy if you don't pay him. Hey, Baltimore pay his contract to $250.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for being on. Appreciate everybody from watching live. Make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with somebody that y'all know. Once we end this, you can go back and watch it. And that's all we got for y'all today, and we'll see y'all in the next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.